Peace. We back for another one. Yes, sir. Hold on, let me see if you can hear me. Indeed. All right. Peace. Just got back to the rest. Went to this Malcolm X event, celebrating, Malcolm X's born day 2 days ago. Peace. Whoever's in the room. Peace. Hold on. Was that me that did that? Oh, that could have been me. Now, depending on how many people come through, last week, the Saturday didn't go too well. So yeah, depending on how it goes, it depends on how long I'm in here. The shirt says pay the fee, and that's one of like a rally cry we was saying in 2020 when all the protesting and stuff was going down in Seattle. Peace. Wait till some more people come through. Peace, peace. Yeah, peace. McKnowledge Spawn. Fix this camera right quick. Yeah. Actually, let's do it like that. Yeah. With some knowledge. Ah. And it's crazy because usually during builds and stuff, this is the day that attracts all the crazy people. So let's see if the crazy people come today, and we'll have another medicine cabinet. Peace. Who's in the room with me? Make knowledge born. Let me know who you are. We can build. All right. Well, I'll just I would send out texts to everybody, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna see how it goes. Yesterday's build was off the chain though. 5 hours on the live yesterday. Interesting. Usually this is like a lot later than when I usually go on. But I figured since it's Saturday, later will be better because people are done doing what they're doing. And it's like, most of my subscribers is in the East Coast. Or most of the people that view this stuff is in the East Coast, so it'll be better. This will be a lot better if whoever's in the room will, build and let me know what's cracking. Okay. All right. Okay, I guess I'll just get into, why I started, since I don't have like intro music. Oh, maybe I just play some intro music. I can play some intro music and from like YouTube, and then do it like that. Anyways, me and the family just got back from the Malcolm X event in Seattle. Uh, Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a minute, so it was all good. It was love. Got back, and yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it live. Uh, yeah, we'll see how long. We'll see how long. Usually it's about 20 minutes when people start coming in. But this might be the first where it's been the first 10 minutes and nobody even said peace. Maybe I'll just stop doing Saturdays. Uh, Kind of seems like am I lagging? It seemed like I was lagging for a second. Yeah, like right. Okay. Um, so the build, right? Wisdom, knowledge. What is that born? Hmm. I know in 120, right? Wisdom, knowledge. Who's the founder of Unlike Attract and Unlike Repel? That's the 140. And that's like the real first introduction of Yakub's background. I mean, before when Yakub is introduced, he's introduced as just like the father of the devil. But with the wisdom knowledge degree, I mean, at least how I see it, it goes deeper. It makes him, it humanizes him, right? He was a scientist. He was a regiment who was a scientist born 20 miles outside the holy city of Mecca in the year 8,400, right? So he was a scientist. He was the original man who was a scientist by the name of Yakub, born 20 miles outside the holy city in the year, um, born 20 miles outside the holy city of Mecca in the year 8,400, right? So how it starts is like, he's the original man. He has a duty, which is being a scientist. This is how far he was born outside of the holy city of Mecca. And this is the year he was born, right? So he just seems like a regular person. And then you get into how old was the founder? What did he promise his nation he would do? Then you get further and further within this information about him. And you're like, wow, okay. He's the original man, but he's fucked up, right? He's fucked up. Yeah. drop my phone and shit. Actually, I just might text people. Yeah, because this whole just me talking to myself thing, I'm not feeling it. All right, par himself, right? So, that being said, right? The wisdom knowledge, it's how I explain it, right? That's like putting the wisdom before the knowledge, right? Because in my mind, that degree humanizes him. Because before you hear about he's the father, devil, and all this stuff, right? That degree humanizes him in a sense of, okay, he's in who's the founder of Unlike Attract and Unlike Repel? Answer: an original man who was a scientist by the name of Yaqub, born 20 miles outside the holy city of Mecca in the year 8,400. You see what I'm saying? It's 5 pieces of information, right? And individually and collectively, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? And usually when you talk about Yaqub, the crazies come out, right? However, in this degree, right? And we're gonna go into it, you know. In this degree, it humanizes him because before it was kind of just rumors, right? And the rumors, maybe rumors is the wrong word. However, it was like hearsay in a sense, right? Because you heard about his deeds, but you didn't know about him. And I'm talking about 120. In 120, you didn't really know of him. You heard about his deeds until the wisdom knowledge degree. Because before that, you know him as the father of the devil and the man who taught trick knowledge. See what I'm saying? Everything up until that point, it's just been the devil and the devil's deeds, right? And then in the wisdom ciphers of the 1 of 40, you start learning about this man that we call Yaqub. Now, whether he was a man, an idea, a concept, or a group of people, right? It doesn't change the fact that his teachings are alive. You know what I'm saying? The teachings are going on now. Yeah, I see the one person that's watching me isn't how about hold on, let me see something right quick. Yeah, actually, I might just turn this live off and just delete this shit. Okay. Big. So, like I was saying, right? And I'm not going to, spend this whole time because normally with these lives, I build on like a degree first, say how I see it, and then, the conversations happen later. And then we tie it all in. And I usually start off kind of like slow, and then as more people come in and the energy picks up, and I'm not just talking to myself, then the energy picks up, and it's on and popping. At least that's how the other lives are. I'm starting to think Saturday is not a good day to do lives. And it's not me complaining or anything. It's just me like, okay, the observation. It's an observation of something that works and doesn't work. So that's doing the knowledge to wisdom and not wisdom knowledge. Because wisdom, wise, is to show good judgment. And if you do not have, you see, judgment is about weighing and analyzing and then making a decision, right? So if you weigh and analyze before, well, you're not even analyzing, because if you're doing a judgment before you analyze, that's going to be the wisdom knowledge. Because even though judgment has analyzing in it, you can have poor judgment. Your analyzing skills could be terrible. So, wisdom knowledge it doesn't born out the best outcome that you can have. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of times where I talk to people and it's like, did you even think before you open your mouth and said that? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people talk before they think. And I wouldn't even call that doing the wisdom before the knowledge, right? Because knowledge implies, so I look at it like a street, right? Like the streets you drive down. Knowledge is one, right? So it's a one way. I look at it as a one way, right? So it's only that direction, and you don't have any room to turn or anything like that, right? It's just one direction, right? I look at wisdom being two as options. That's the beginning of options, right? You can look at it as a two way, right? One way is being wise, and the other way is being other than wise. You see what I'm saying? You can know that a train is coming and still try to beat the train in your car. There's plenty of videos of this. So is that wise or other than wise? I think that's other than wise. So then, would that be wisdom? Nah. Man, I'm kind of tired. And man, look, I brought a nice shirt out too to do the live, but pay the fee. Yeah, I brought that out to do the live. Well, actually, no, I was wearing this all day. It's got to be a first, like 20 something minutes without a comment. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, that's ugly. I'm gonna wait until like at 25 minutes. We'll see. Cause yeah. But peace. How's everybody doing? I see there's two people in the room. How's everybody doing? Make knowledge born. You talk to me, I talk to you. Live chat. Yeah. So I just got done, building on oh, peace, Justice, Khalil. Peace. How's it going? Peace. Oh, I looked at the participant. I didn't see your mess. Peace, Justice Khalil Divine Allah. Peace, peace. Where you from, Justice? So is that Justice Khalil D17? Or is that DI7? Oh, Connecticut. That's peace. That's peace. That's peace. How long you had the knowledge? Welcome to the channel. D Islam 7. Oh yeah, because that's born into God. Oh, born into the nation. Okay. What's your physical age? I think you might be the what? Okay, that's peace. That's peace. Yeah, that's peace. So what's the Islam part? Is that just a screen name? Or is that part of your righteous name? So peace. My name is Wise Prince Allah. Uh, I'm from Washington State, so I'm on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm understanding wisdom, and I had the knowledge since 2014. That's peace. Was an abbreviation of my name. Couldn't figure out name settings. Okay, so what's the science for Islam? So you said Justice Khalil Divine Islam Allah? Is that what it is? That's your righteous name? Is no justice? Okay, okay. Peace, peace. So the Islam part, that's the screen name. Okay, that's peace. That's peace. Indeed, that's peace. Yeah. Okay, like I said, welcome to the channel. You got 120? Pleasure to meet you too. You got 120? No, I'm on my wisdom knowledge. Okay, well, that's peace because I was just talking about that. Okay, that's peace. So, um, like I was saying, well, I said this in my other videos, right? I say it in almost all my videos. So I want this channel, right, to be attractive or for people that had the knowledge less than 10 years. You say you was born into the nation, right? Well, with you, you're like a newborn because you haven't capped 120. So you're still going through it. All right. So I want to ask you how long you had the knowledge. Well, I did ask you, but you had it 29 years, right? You grew up in it. So it's a little different for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I mean that's peace. That's peace. Your old dad or old earth were in the nation or in the nation. That's peace. You going to the show and prove? Oh, dad, Lord, sincere, Victoria, law from He Father. Okay. All right. Have you been to the show and prove before? Lord, sincere. Hmm. Okay. Saturday the 11th, I plan to be there. Okay, that's peace. Yeah, I'll be there too. Yeah, I'll be there too. Last year was my first year at the show and prove. So I'll be there on the 9th, and then, I leave on the 13th. That's peace. You're going to be there, you're staying until Sunday too? So, like, you got a room and stuff? That's basically what I'm asking. You stay until Sunday or Monday, No, I travel down the day of 11th from. Okay. Are you going to leave back the same day? You see, because on the East Coast, y'all states are different from us on the West Coast. Okay. On the East Coast, your states are smaller, right? And they're jam packed. So they're a lot smaller, and you guys can get to somewhere very fast. On the West Coast, our states are huge. You could drive 6 hours and still be in the same state. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So 6 hours, like how long does it take you from Connecticut? What is it, Sea Truth? To get to Connecticut to New York. Anywhere between two. Damn, on a good day. Okay, okay, yeah, because I'm in Seattle, right? Seattle, anywhere you go, 2 to 2.5 hours, you're still going to be in Washington. There are several routes that one can take. Yeah, yeah. So the next major city outside of Washington is Portland, Oregon. Portland is 3 hours away from Seattle, and that's no traffic, no nothing. Well, I mean, I made it in like 2.5 hours, but that's just how I drive. But generally speaking, it's 3 hours away, and Seattle is like the center of Washington, and Portland is the first city you hit when you're in Oregon, coming from the north. So I mean, that's dope. Like, sometimes I'm like, damn, man, y'all can live in like, I know people that live in Boston. I know people that live in DC. I know people that live in the Midwest, and it's not even that far to get to New York. Yeah, so, and not to just ramble on about that. Yeah, that's peace. Hopefully we can, I see you we build. Cause I'll be there. I'll be there the whole weekend. Like I said, I come in Thursday and then I leave Monday. What's your favorite degree so far, Justice? That's peace. Absolutely. I check for you, brother, and we'll say peace. That's peace. Build a story degree in 140. Okay. What makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? That's peace. Uh-huh. Why is that your favorite? See, my favorite is the culture freedom degree in a 114. Hey, Justice, how'd you find my page? Pretty soon I'm going to have some. Okay. Okay, so the participants is just the people that's in the chat. Okay. Justice says a reason because as I see it, that degree among others eliminate any excuses that you can make if you can call yourself God. That's peace. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good explanation. What makes rain, hail, snow, or earthquakes? But brings. rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. How'd you come across my channel? Hmm. And whoever else is in the room, y'all can get in the chat and we can build and stuff. It don't just have to be me and Justice. So is Justice Khalil Divine Allah? Is that the name you chose as your righteous name, or that's the name that you? Is that a name that you chose? You were born with, like your honorable name. I am subs- Justice said that's the name that I was given. Okay, that's peace. Justice said I'm subscribed to Darkim Bialas page, and you are somewhat of a moderator or there on there, but also your interviews with Infinite. Great interviews, by the way. Appreciate it. Thank you. That is the name that I was given. Okay, indeed, honorable name. That's peace. Okay, that's peace. And as you know, your righteous name, you're going to keep that, right? I never even thought about that. The people that was born with honorable names that are righteous, do they always keep it? Like if they were to get the knowledge, do they always keep it? Because for my children, I gave them. I didn't give them a righteous name like my name, right? I gave them names that mean something. I mean, my name means something. Um, However, I didn't give them the names of like the gods and earths because I don't know if they're going to want to live this out. And we don't force nothing on nobody. If they want to live this out, and this is just my opinion, right? They want to live this out, they can come to me or someone else, go through what I went through, the fast and all that stuff, and then choose their own names. Indeed, because although I was given the name, that is a name that I've defined. That's peace. Yeah. Okay. Because I know someone else that I met him that was born in a nation, right? His dad, yeah, is his dad is one of the firstborns here. So yeah, like, and I'm not saying about him, but if you decide not to live this out, you still got our name, right? And yeah, okay, that's pigs. That's pigs. Yeah. Like I said, I got this knowledge in 2014. Yep. You saw some of my interviews. Why is it okay? So the culture, Justice said, why is the culture degree in 114 your favorite? Because I was the first degree that actually challenged me. That was the first one I had to pump the brakes and then give it a lot of attention. You see, because the order of my degrees is the 1 to 10 student enrollment, 1 to 36 the English lesson number C1, the 1 to 14 Law Style Muslim lesson number 1, right? And then the 1 to 40 actual facts, solar facts, right? That's the order in which I got it. So the 1 to 10 and the 1 to 36, I was breezing through it. And then the first, second, and third degree, it's like, okay, you know, the third degree is a little longer, but you know, it's whatever. I got it. Then the fourth degree happened. And that was the first one that challenged me. You see, why do we run Yaqub and his maid devil out of the root of civilization across the holy city of Mecca? Or why do we run Yaqub and his maid devils out of the root of civilization across the hot Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia, the now called Europe? What's the meaning of EU and RPE? How long ago? What did the devil bring with him? What kind of life did the devil live in? How long before Musa came to teach them of the forgotten trick knowledge? Right? So I tried to do it slow. That one, that one in my mind, I have it a certain way. I I I really can't do it that slow. So I have to do it at a certain tempo because I said this in my other interviews. There's certain degrees that flow, and for me, what helped me memorize these degrees is saying it at a certain flow and a cadence. So anyways, that degree is the first one to make me challenge. It was a challenge, and it's like, okay, if I get this, I know I'm for real with it. You see what I'm saying? Because before before getting the knowledge, a lot of things I usually quit. So I usually get bored with something and I stop. You see what I'm saying? The knowledge and writing, right? Writing is the only other thing that, and sometimes I stop it, but the knowledge has been the one consistent thing that I have never got bored with and that I've never put down. So the culture freedom degree and a 1 of 14 was the first solid challenge that made me work for it. And it showed that I really wanted this. More than the 72-hour fast, right? The 3-day fast, more than all that. Justice said I can relate to your experience in that aspect of boredom. That's peace. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you get bored with things. Like in school, I didn't do a lot of my homework because I was bored. A lot of that shit I already knew. It wasn't challenging for me. So then the teachers they're like, oh well, you know, he's probably well, they knew I was smart because I would talk in class. So they knew they're like, you're really bright. Why don't you just do the work? And it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to do it. One, I was lazy, and two, it was just boring to me, right? So the knowledge, having the knowledge, I'm always learning, always learning. Having 120, I'm always looking at it in a different perspective, you know? So yeah, the culture freedom degree made me work for it. And it showed me, right? Because this is knowledge of self. It showed me how bad I wanted it. And after that, nobody could stop me from getting this, right? Because even before I really wanted it, if my educator wasn't going to teach me, I was going to get it from someone else. But going through it, yeah, indeed. Thanks, Lord. Thanks for sharing that. Indeed, yeah, everything's real. You see what I'm saying? So going through the culture, and that's not the only one. Believe me, that's not. You feel me? The culture freedom degree in the 1 of 14. That's just the first one. You see what I'm saying? And then you go to the born degree in the 1 of 14, and then the knowledge out of cipher in the 1 of 14, right? And then you hit your favorite, the build or destroy in the 140, and then the knowledge and understanding in the 140. You see what I'm saying? And then the biggest one of them all is the wisdom build or destroy. You see what I'm saying? So that one, the 28th degree, to me is easier because the flow is easier. Oh, and I can't forget the knowledge degree in the 1 of 40. I'm tripping. Yeah, indeed. So how long have you actively been studying this? I know you say you was born in a nation. When did you decide to take this on for yourself? Justice. And if anybody else want to jump into this, this is, it's not a slow dance. It doesn't have to be just me and Justice. Y'all can come in and, we can do it like that. Y'all can participate. Studying seriously, I would say 2019. That's peace. That's peace. Yeah, that's peace. Okay. So would you say your year one is 2019 that you chose for yourself, not, your parents, you know, but you choosing for yourself to take it upon yourself? What year would you say that? 19? Yes, I'd say that my dad asked me questions that fucked me up. We had somewhat of a disagreement, and he asked me the question. What question is that? Did you want it for yourself, or like, are you my father's son? Oh man. uh yeah. Are you my father's son? So he asks you, are you my father's son? Because how we go from there will depend on that answer. Mm, some high science, man. Are you his only son? Because I'm my dad's only son, and yeah, it's not like being the only son, all that pressure on you. No, I'm not. Okay. Are you the oldest? Because my dad, being from Cuba, they have a different culture of, the men. Is at least, how he was about it. The man was supposed to handle business, right? So yeah. Yes, I'm the oldest. Oh yeah. Well, shit. Yeah. The oldest has it the hardest. You're the first one out. You see that the parents got to be hardest on you because you're either uh, knowingly or unknowingly you teaching everybody else. And I'm seeing that with, my own children. Yeah, you teaching everybody. The mothers are the first teachers, right? But a lot of times people don't say that the oldest child teaches everybody else. Because I realized that with my first child, my daughter, because uh, the reason why I got serious about the knowledge, right, in 2014 is because I found out my daughter was coming. So I was like, okay, this is something I flirted with and was researching and reading books. Now I'm gonna go ahead. So my daughter was born, and then 2 years later, my son is born, right? So my daughter was teaching my son how to crawl and stuff, how to walk, how to talk and stuff, right? So the oldest influences everybody. Hell, she even influenced what me and her mom be doing. It's something that she did, right? So when it was just her, she was like, one of the things she did was before she goes to sleep, she comes and, get a kiss and hug from us, me and her mom. Now everybody does it. My son, everybody does it. So she, you know, also, right? You know those downable drinks, right? She start calling them monkeys because there's a monkey on it, right? Now all of us call it monkeys, even though it's a downable. And we know what she's saying. So the oldest influences a lot all the other kids, right? Knowingly or unknowingly. That's why, as a parent, you got to be the hardest on the first. Because if you're the hardest on the first and you get the first in line, then the first will get everybody else in line. Sometimes that works, sometimes it backfires like a motherfucker. And when it backfires, that first is going to get everybody. Yeah. So when the first is in line, yeah, man, look. So then you should know the 13th degree, right? What's the 13th degree, Justice? In the 1 of 14. Par itself, yeah, the 1 of 14. What's the meaning of captain, lieutenant? So what's the meaning of CAP, TAIN, and LIEUTENANT? Answer: captain, lieutenant. The duty of the captain is to get an order to the lieutenant. The duty of the lieutenant is to teach and train the private soldiers. Right? In this scenario, your parents are the captains. You're the lieutenant, and the private soldiers is everybody else, all the children after you. So your parents, you being the oldest, and let's specifically talk about your dad, right? Your old dad, right? He's the captain. He has to give the orders to you as the lieutenant, and the lieutenant has to take care of the private soldiers. That's making these degrees walk and talk. Indeed. You see, and it depends if you're a great lieutenant or not. It depends if he's a great captain or not. If you let the private soldiers be insubordinate, yeah, listen, it's going to be a long, a long session with you and the captain. Yeah. CAPTAIN and LIEUTENANT. Captain Lieutenant. The duty of the captain is to give the order to the lieutenant. The duty of the lieutenant is to teach and train the private soldiers. You got to teach and train your siblings. And I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of five. You see, so I was never put in the position to have to do that. But and I have a bill that's called the role of the 5%. But since I got knowledge of self, I became the best knower in a lot of things. So as a 5%er, you're not necessarily elevated above people, but the thing that a lot of people don't understand when you're God, right, is that people come to you. Even in the Christian world, people come to God with all their problems. You see what I'm saying? It's no different. You gotta not only carry that 6 sextillion tons, a unit followed by 21 ciphers, which is the weight of your own woman, your earth, right? You gotta uphold the whole solar system as God. And not only the solar system, the universe. Who is the original man? Answer: the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and God of the universe. It talks about how much does our planet weigh. Answer: 6 sextillion tons, and followed by 21 ciphers. That's just one planet. Just imagine how much your universe weighs. So your pops is probably preparing you all the pressure. So how did you respond? Are you my father's son? How did you respond to that? I imagine I am my brother's keeper. Am I my brother's keeper? What was your response to what he said? Yeah, something like that. My response was, yeah, yes, I am. Like Nino when yeah, man. Yes, I am my father's son. Indeed. That's a hell of a question. So did he ask, "Are you your father's son?" Or did he ask, "Are you my father's son?" "Are you my father's son?" Verbatim. Ah, hey, that's deep. You could go many, many directions with that. How did you see him say it? Like, what would, as you think, right, about what he said, how do you break that down? Like, in your mind, what did that mean to you? That's funny. You know, New Jack City. I mean, we're basically contemporaries, besides the fact you was born in the 90s. You see, I was born in 89, so you know, different decade. The Father is Allah who showed and proved his equality by giving birth to his 5%. That's one way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's peace. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, that's peace. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Hey man, we getting somewhere, Justice. I'm glad you commented, man. I was gonna shut this shit down. Call it a night. But we building, man. Yeah. Were you gonna say a different way? Or because I could share what I was thinking. Another way is, can we meet in the mind? Okay. Yeah, so the way I was thinking, right? So of course I don't know your your uh your dad's father, your grandfather. I don't know, his history, right? However, if let's say he was Christian, right? If he said, "Are you my father's son?" right? Because sometimes becoming a 5%er, people kind of disown you. So then, if he was like, "Are you my father's son?" in the sense that you turn your back on the knowledge, then you are his father's son. You're the son that your grandfather wanted. You see what I'm saying? I know it sounds like one of those movies, those Hallmark movies. Didn't consider that one. Yeah, the one with Allah. I didn't consider that. So again, I don't know your grandfather's history. Just in my mind, because a lot of us come from Christianity, right? So it's like, are you? That's why I asked. Did he say, "Are you my father, or are you your father's son?" Right. So if you my father's son, that could play that, right? Or the other way I was thinking is, since that is your grandfather is his father, right? Are you my father's son? That could just be, are you and I one and the same? You see what I'm saying? Because if you're like, yes, I'm your father's son, then you and him are one and the same. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Either way, I was just seeing how you saw that. Yeah. That's a deep question. Yeah. Yeah. Are you my father's son? Indeed. That means you and I are one and the same. That's peace. That's peace. Is Lord sincere? Is he coming to show and prove? I think I heard of him. Well, I know I heard of a Lord Sincere. Honestly, this is the first time uh, since I've been doing bills that it's just been one person for 1 hour. This is crazy. I don't know. I mean, it is Saturday. People, let me see if Dark Kim's doing it live. Because if he is, that's fucking up everything. No, he's not doing it live. Yeah, I got like 5 likes, Lord. I mean, yeah, that's peace. And of course, I appreciate everybody coming through and showing love. I appreciate that. Oh, one of my videos, my first video hit 100 views, over 100 views. That's peace. That's peace. I like that. Finally. Yeah, once I get the hang of it, and then I get the oh, it's the one from yesterday. It's who is the sad person? That one is entertaining. Cause like at the 45-minute mark, I started my rant, and I wasn't over for like an hour. Yeah, I was flaming this individual, this color man that thought he could tell me who God is. Yeah, subscribe, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring, hit the bell. Yeah, so you can see when I come on and all that stuff. Indeed, I definitely do a live every Friday. It's more people involved, clearly, but it's peace because all you need is one. Yeah, so yeah, check out all my videos. I even brought some of the interviews from Inf Mega. I brought them over here so people can see them. Indeed, it's in the playlist. So yeah, that's peace. You got any questions for me? I know I'm asking you the questions. You got any questions for me? Okay, that's peace. I'll enjoy exploring your page. I do have a few. Okay, peace. Let's build. Yeah, what's your questions? What have your experience been with presenting yourself? What do you mean what do you mean like family? What do you mean like presenting yourself to those not in the cipher of lost 5%? Okay, so the first experience you're gonna either at work or family, etc. All right. So the first major one, right, is since I wasn't born into the nation, right, is that I changed my name, and then it took a while, and then I finally was like, okay, I maybe had the knowledge for like 2 years, and the people that knew me as a 5%er knew my righteous name, right? And then I was like, okay, from now on, everybody's calling me Prince. My family, right? There was pushback. Oh, you was born. That's not your name. You was born. That's not on your birth certificate. Stuff like that, right? I said, if you don't call me by Prince, I'm not going to acknowledge you, right? And some of them thought I was playing, and I didn't acknowledge them. See what I'm saying? And even my mom and dad, they named me. Actually, my honorable name, I'm named after my father. He had to call me Prince. My mom had to call me Prince. Everybody calls me Prince. Now at work, they call me by my honorable name, right? How I see it is that it's harder to get people that know you since you was a baby to call you something than it is at work. So I would say if there's a percentage of people that actually know me, I would say about 90% of the people call me by my righteous name. So, like I said, with family, it was a struggle. There's still some people that don't acknowledge me as Prince, and that's fine. They don't have to. I don't acknowledge them when they talk to me. I let go of a friend, my oldest friend, because he could not accept the fact that I changed, that I'm no longer, you know, people. So when I was younger, right, I read this book called Monster by Sanya Shakur, right? And I took on the moniker Monster Pete, right? And people are more comfortable with calling me Monster than they are calling me Prince. People are more willingly calling me my worst name than my greatest name. A part of my life where it was at the lowest, and now I have knowledge of self. It's one of the peaks. So when you tell people, your name is justice. So it's not going to be the same experience as mine. Nothing wrong with that, right? You had your own things that you had to deal with growing up with your name. You see what I'm saying? That I didn't experience, and that's peace, right? So, but my experiences have been overwhelmingly positive because there's some people that only know me as Prince. They don't know my honorable name, but they know me better than the people that don't know my honorable name or that don't know my righteous name. Because those people that know me as my honorable name met me at a certain time in my life that I'm no longer that person. And some people that just know that person, I have no problem with them calling me that honorable name because I gave honor to that name. I didn't dishonor that name. I gave honor to that name, and that's why I can, I can use the honorable name and I can use the righteous name. You see, but my name is Wise Prince Allah. You see, I gave honor to the name I was given at birth. So I have no problems being called that by people that don't know my righteous name. And these are like people like friends from high school that I haven't seen in like 10, 15 years. But best believe if I see them constantly, they're gonna call me Prince too. That's peace. What other question you got? Do you have a particular experience with presenting yourself? Because I don't know about you, but majority of people I'm surrounded with are 85. And that just means I have to stay on my own toes by myself. Because nobody makes me God. You see what I'm saying? So that's peace. What's some of the other questions? So your last name is Allah. So in school, if that's true, right? In school, how did people react to your name being Justice Khalil Divine Allah? Oh, okay. The honorable name does not include Allah. Okay, that's peace. Okay, nothing wrong with that. That's peace. That's peace. Any other questions? What are some of the things that I should be focusing on items of this culture at this point in my development? That's peace. So, um, some of the things that I would say, right, and this is just, of course, it's just how I see it, right, is that I would focus on the 120, getting it right and exact, and just being civilized, remain civilized, being righteous. And then after you finish 120, teach it how you got it. Some of the things that I should be focusing on items of this culture at this point. So, as far as this culture, right? Living it out, right and exact. Keeping the teachings how the 5% teach it. Don't change it. Is your old dad teaching you? Or did you find someone else? Your old dad? Okay, that's peace. So, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Um, okay, that's peace, right? So see the culture in its totality, keep the teachings the same, don't change it. Stay civilized and righteous, right? Teach it how you got it. And also come in contact with your brothers. Build with your brothers. See what I'm saying? Build with your brothers so that you can stand on your own 2 feet. See, 120 is not our teachings, but 120 is an arena for us to exercise supreme math and supreme alphabet. So you exercise your supreme math and alphabet in 120. And then after that, you do it outside. So if I was you, I would focus on getting the 120, getting the right and exact, keep it on cap, and then teach people around you. They don't have to be 5%. Just teach them. You see, what's the duty of a civilized person? To teach he who is savage civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, and the science of all things in life, which is love, peace, and happiness. Civilization, righteousness, and the knowledge of himself. So you don't have to be a 5%, right? But you could teach people civilization and righteousness, meaning they don't have to be 5% for you to teach. Sometimes they just need the civilization. Sometimes they need civilization and righteousness. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but again, that's just how I see it. See what I'm saying? It's a good question. At this point, right? So, like I was saying in one of my videos, it's the role of the 5%. That's peace, Lord. Thank you. You're welcome. Peace. It's the role of the 5% is that the older brothers and sisters can't hold their post forever. So that means, you know, it's our time. We're not young gods. We're not young gods. We're not young earths. Your late 20s, early 30s. I'm 32, right? I'm not a young god. I'm younger than some of my brothers that, I'm with, but I'm not a young god. A young god is in their teens and then early 20s. This is my time right now. So, what role do I step into to lessen the burden of, yeah, to lessen the burden of the older brothers and sisters? See what I'm saying? We are not young, indeed. Indeed, yeah. Well, I mean, we're young, but we're not young gods. You know what I'm saying? We're not, they're not young earths if they're our age. You get what I'm saying? To people older than us, yeah. But in the sense of this nation, right? Because Allah, it was said that he taught 13 to 21. I'm about to be 12 years past the oldest, 21. So I'm not that age. I'm at the point where I'm teaching them. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the point where I'm teaching the young gods. So, our time is now. And I know the brothers and sisters in the 80s and the 90s, they still here. The 70s and 60s. The 60s, you know, they returning. They're still here. The 70s, yeah. But the guys and artists in the 80s and 90s, yeah, they getting up there. And it's their time to hand off the baton, you know, soon. But we got to be ready to grab it and take it further without compromising the teachings. What's the meaning of civilization? Answer: one having knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, refinement, and is not a savage in the pursuit of happiness. A savage is a person who has lost all knowledge of himself and is living a beastly way of life. So that means don't live a beast way of life trying to find happiness and forget the knowledge that you got. Indeed. Any other questions, G? Peace, God. Going to get some rest. Appreciate the opportunity to build. Anytime. Anytime. Indeed. I feel you. I feel you. It's past midnight over there. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on the build, coming on the live, building with me. Indeed. I was feeling quite lonely. So, yeah, and you built with me like an hour and 5 minutes. That's peace. All right, peace. So, anyone else wants to, hop in and build with me? If not, then, I'll end this live right here. I'll wait a couple of more minutes. If not, I'll end it right here. Call it a day. All right. Okay, indeed, indeed. So, okay. All right. Well, nobody's in the room. I'll probably cut this short in like a minute and a half. It's a nice, nice short build. Yeah, peace. Peace. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna be on for one more minute unless somebody comes in and we building. Indeed. Appreciate everybody that came through. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know. Indeed, this one was more of a slow, mellow build. You know, peace of justice, Khalil, divine, Allah, peace to him. Peace to everyone that came through. Appreciate it. Going to get some rest. Unless someone wants to build, come in the chat. All right. I'll give it one more minute. Clearly, I'm in the mood for building, but it's fine. Yeah, we kicked it off with wisdom knowledge, and then we finished it with the young God or the young brother Justice Khalil. And we're about to end it. Like I said, peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to all the civilized people around the universe. Peace.